Hey guys, it is Armedfro here. I am finally done with my finals, and this is my first Ubers match, actually ever. My first Ubers team. I decided to throw it together, so you know me, just gimmicky random stuff. Kind of a hail team theme. I know he's gonna lead off with his Groudon, so I really don't want to lead off with my Abomasnow, even though I do have the Wood Hammer. I know it's not gonna kill, and I know he has probably a Stone Edge, so I'm gonna lead off with my Giratina, just because I know I could Will-O-Wisp this guy. I know he's gonna set up Stealth Rocks. That's pretty obvious. But I just wanted to Will-O-Wisp this guy, make this guy pretty crippled, and all he really can do is set up Stealth Rocks as the Will-O-Wisp misses, which really sucks, but I know he's going to switch out here, probably into his Fortress, as I'm going to go for the Dragon Tail, just to force him to switch out into something other than this guy, because I really don't want him to set up more hazards on me, as it forces him into the worst possible Pokemon, which is his Rayquaza. And this could either be a Dragon Dance or a Sword Dance. I'm going to predict he's going to set up on me, Dragon Dance, Sword Dance, or Switch, as it switches back into his Fortress, which is really good for me, because now I could just Dragon Tail. I could Will-O-Wisp, and now on the next turn I could Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail does have a pretty good chance of missing, but right here, you know what, I'm going to actually switch out into my own Fortress. If he does set up Toxic Spikes or Spikes, I know I could just Rapid Spin them away, because he has no Ghost-type Pokemon on his team, so he can't really block my Rapid Spin. And I can really set up my Stealth Rocks on my own, as long as he stays in. So here he's going to set up a layer of Toxic Spikes, not going to affect me at my team pretty much at all, even though most of my guys hit the ground, but I do have Rapid Spin on this guy. I am going to use it on this turn, and actually after next Leftovers, I will be able to be at full HP, so I do have the Sturdy next turn. So here, I'm pretty sure he's going to switch. He does. He switches into his Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh, I get it. I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin. And that's going to take out his Stealth Rocks and his Toxic Spikes, which is really good for me. Here, I'm going to predict him to go for the Brave Bird, predicting my switch into my Giratina, as he actually goes straight for the Sacred Fire. Really good for him, but really bad for me because he does get the burn. But luckily, I do get Sturdy, so even the 4 times effective is not going to kill me. But I am burned, so I am pretty much going to use him as a death fodder. And it does show he does have the Life Orb. I go for the Volt Switch just to switch out. It is super effective. Does a decent amount of damage as I switch into my Abomasnow. But here, I'm going to go for the Protect just to see what he's going to do. Pretty sure he's going to stay in, or go for the U-turn. I'm going to go for the Protect just to get the rack up the damage on this guy. He's goes for Sacred Fire, try to one-hit KO me. Not going to happen, as the Hail is just bringing him lower and lower. Here, I probably should have predicted a U-turn or a Recover, which is what he does, which really sucks because now he's at full HP. And this is also a Regenerator Lugia, so it is actually extremely hard to take out. So here, I am going to use my Fortress's Death Fodder in the wrong area, but here I'm going to go into my Giratina again, just to Dragon Tail him out into something else, as he goes for the Sacred Fire, just to do some amount of damage to me. I am a Rest Sleep Talker, so even if he does burn me, it's not going to affect me that much. As here, the Dragon Tail, I'm pretty sure, oh no, it hits. I thought it missed this turn, as it switches out into his, not his Fortress, his Groudon. I'm really bad with names. This is my first, actually, Ubers match overall. So here, he's gonna predict my Will-O-Wisp. It is actually pretty obvious as he switches into Fortress, and I'm gonna double switch into my Dialga, what is his face? My Frigid, my Kyurem White form. So here, I'm actually gonna go for the Fusion Flare, which is what Kyurem Black form gets from Reshiram, as he is actually going to switch out into something that 4 times resists that, his Palkia, which is extremely bad for me, and I am going to be forced to switch out because I am Scarfed, so I really do not want to die here. So here, I'm going to switch into my Dialga, just even if he does go for the Water hit, the random Dragon hit, or switches out, he's going to go, I'm going to be able to take the hit and Revenge Kill and take him out. But he actually switches into his Fortress, which is extremely bad play for him, because this is an offensive Dialga with Fire Blast, and I will be able to kill this guy off as he tries to, he stays in for some odd reason, maybe over predicting there, but it's really good for me because now I can easily take out his fortress, and now we're at 5-5 here. So here he's going to switch out into his Groudon. I really do not want to stay in here because the Earthquake is super effective against me, as I'm going to go on my Obama Snow, as he probably is going to go for the Stealth Rocks here, which is decent for me because now I actually am able to go for the Wood Hammer here, knowing that he's probably going to predict my Protect, as he actually switches out into his Ho-Oh, which I guess he predicted my Protect there, but it is going to take a pretty hefty damage from him just because it is a crit. This crit does not matter in the long run at all, especially because he has Regenerator. As here, I'm going to go for the Protect, as I'm pretty sure he is going to predict that, I'm pretty sure. Yes, he's going to predict my Protect, go into Groudon, as the Stone Edge is probably going to kill me in one hit. But you know what? I'm going to risk this one, just predicting my switch into Dialga, as I'm going to go for the Wood Hammer here. No, I'm going to go for, why did I go for the Protect? I went to go for the Protect as he goes for the Stone Edge to see what he does. As here, he's going to predict my switch, and I'm going to go for the Wood Hammer, and that is not going to 2-hit KO him, sadly. I probably should have Energy Ball or something like that instead of being mixed, but sadly for me, his Dragondale misses, which I actually wanted him to hit, because it would force me to switch out into something else. As here, I'm going to hope he predicts my Protect, maybe switches out, but he goes for the Stone Edge. That's going to take out my Bombasnow. That sadly is going to kill my Weather War here, and now Obama got impeached. So here, I'm going to go into my Frigid, because that's the only really thing I can do here, as I'm going to go for the Blizzard, 100% accuracy in Hail, and his amazing special attack should be able to 2-hit KO pretty much anything that comes in. As he switches into his Ho-Oh, it is going to be neutral damage, but because of the Regenerator, it probably won't 2-hit KO, but actually I'm going to take this risk and go for the Blizzard again as he switches out into Groudon. Blizzard doesn't get an accuracy decrease in the Sun, but it does miss here, but I'm going to take the risk, go for the Blizzard, as I'm pretty sure it kills him. Yeah, it takes this guy out. Take this guy out very easily. And now I have a Scarfed guy with Blizzard, but sadly it does have 75% accuracy, so I'm not really want to stay in here. He gets a Regenerator boost, as I'm going to be forced to switch out into my Giratina, because no, it can take anything this guy hits, throws at me. Probably gets 2-hit KO by Brave Bird, but I know he probably won't want to do that because it's Life Orbed and the recoil from the Brave Bird. He doesn't get the burn here. Actually, he does get the burn here, unluckily for me. So here, I'm going to go for the rest. I know I should be able to take another Sacred Fire, but I don't know about the Brave Bird. So here, I'm just going to go for the rest. He goes for the Brave Bird, and sadly that does take me out. So that's my big wall on my team completely gone. So it's pretty much all offensive guys. But luckily, I do have my Frigid. He does take Stealth Rock damage, but I do have the Dragon Pulse that pretty much 2-hit KOs anything that comes out. He's actually going to predict my a Blizzard or something and go into his Palkia. It might be Death Fodder. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse. Max special attack, timid, massive special attack is going to take him out very easily, as his Palkia is now just demolished. So here he's going to switch out into his Arceus, which is huge threat in Ubers in general, extremely huge threat in late game. So here, I'm actually just going to switch into my Dialga, just to take the extreme speed. Hopefully I could take the Earthquake that he's probably going to do. He is Life Orb, so it's going to help me a little bit in that aspect. But here, I'm going to go for the Draco Meteor. Hopefully, it should be able to take this guy out. Arceus is extremely bulky, so I am not sure, to be completely honest. He's going to go for the Earthquake. I'm going to live with 20 HP. A pretty comfortable amount of HP to live by. I'm going to go for that Draco Meteor. Not going to KO him, sadly, but I know Life Orb will be able to bring him down extremely low. that pretty much anything could take him out. Probably 2 Life Orb damages in itself. So here's going to go for Earthquake. That's going to take me out. The Life Orb damage is going to bring him pretty low, as I'm going to bring out my own Arceus. I know I can take anything he throws at me, even the Extreme Speed, Life Orb to Extreme Speed, just because